Call in, connect. To speak to Randi, call 561-270-3844. 561-270-3844.
Seriously, are there any actual Senate rules that if two consenting adults want to duke it out? I mean, we had a United States congressman pull a tooth on the House floor once. There's no rules about that. Could you guys go bare knuckle if you wanted to?
Well, we looked into the rules, and you used to be able to cane. You got to remember President Andrew Jackson challenged 9 guys to a duel and won 9 times. In a White House dinner one time, a guy was mouthing him at the end of the table. Jackson jumped up, literally ran across the table and knocked the guy out. And so at the end of the day, there is precedence for it if that's what someone wants to do.
The biggest, fear a parent has when they send their kid off to school for the very first time is that they will get that call that their kid is a biter. And now we have a United States senator who thinks it's okay to, punch him in the face. It's okay to bite people. He won't even, say not even in the private parts. He'll go for it. I mean, this is what he's all about, because the people of Oklahoma encourage that kind of violence. I don't know. He said, I'll bite 100% in a fight. I'm going to bite. I'll do anything. I'm not above it. Nobody ever thought for a second that you were. But this is what they're talking about now. So I'm trying to figure out, what is the problem with Gen Z? Is it because of drugs? Is it because of drills, live shooter drills their whole lives? Is it because we elect people of such low quality that they sit in the House of Representatives and they call people... They say people are operating Jewish space lasers, and then in the Senate, the most august body in the history of bodies, we have biters now, and they're just like seconds away from throwing feces at each other. Is it the talk of people being vermin? Is it that kind of, phraseology? Is it that we had, and Gen Z probably only knows a president who said, punch him in the face, carry him out on a stretcher? I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. Is that what it is? Or is it the Tide Pods? I mean, I'm trying to hone in on it. Oh, maybe it's just the TikTok. Maybe it's just TikTok. Why do I say that? Okay, I got to tell you, this shocked me. This made me like spit up. I mean, it was almost like projectile vomiting watching this. This was really hard to take. This was really, you know why? Because you have to understand that we failed. Okay, if this is what kids think now, what I'm about to show you, then we have failed miserably as an entire generation, maybe even more than one generation. I mean, it could be boomers, and it could be millennials, and it could be X. It could be 3. It could be 3 generations of abject failure if Z actually thinks that Osama bin Laden is a heroic figure. What? Yes, I mean, so here's what, obviously I've been paying attention to. The hashtagging and the trending stuff, I don't even post anymore because, God forbid I should post, the things that I discuss with you on a platform like the Twitter, where everything is, manipulated algorithmically to steer people who hate Jews my way, right? And who the hell needs that? Not me. So, but when you see the hashtag Hitler was right, not just appearing, but trending on October 7th. And then shortly thereafter, you see death to Muslims as a hashtag trending, right? Although they could just use hashtag Trump was right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I don't even want to be a part of that. I don't even want to, participate. But now I see TikTokers are enthralled with Osama bin Laden. And one of the things that he wrote down, now you have to remember that Osama bin Laden wrote down a lot of things, a lot of freaking crap. I don't even, about the caliphate and, that there needs to be an Islamic, world, not country, world. He came from the most Islamic country, the Holy Land of Mecca and Medina, and he was thrown out of Saudi Arabia as a billionaire's child, okay? Osama bin Laden comes from a very privileged family, the bin Laden Construction Company family. And he was kicked out of Saudi Arabia because he was threatening the Saudi form of government for not being Islamic enough. And this is a society where, when he was saying this, women couldn't go out on the street by themselves and they couldn't drive cars. This is what he was about. This is why America was attacked. We were the great infidel. He wanted every single person that was not Sunni, by the way, Sunni Muslim. So Iranians need not apply either because they're Shia, you know that. But he was saying that anybody that doesn't take Sunni Islam seriously, anybody that's an infidel, anybody that's an atheist, so leave a billion people of in China out, right? Leave a billion Muslims out because not all of them are Sunni. Anyway, he wanted them all removed from this planet. He wanted everybody killed. Everybody. This was one of the most prolific mass murderers in the history of the world. And this is what I see on TikTok.
This morning I read Letter to America, which is Osama bin Laden's letter to America explaining why he attacked Americans. And I am ashamed to say that I not only have never read this letter, but I didn't even know this letter existed. It's wild, and everyone should read it. If you haven't read it yet, read it. However, be forewarned that this has left me very disillusioned, and I feel the same exact way I felt when I was deconstructing Christianity. I feel a little bit just confused, like I have entered into another timeline. What is this? And yeah, so go read it.
So I just read A Letter to America, and I will never look at life the same. I will never look at this country the same. Please read it. And if you have read it, let me know if you are also going through an existential crisis in this very moment, because in the last 20 minutes, my entire viewpoint on the entire life I have believed and I have lived has changed. Please read that entire letter.
I need everyone to stop what they're doing right now and go read. It's literally 2 pages. Go read A Letter to America. And please come back here and just let me know what you think, because I feel like I'm going through like an existential crisis right now, and a lot of people are. So I just need someone else to be feeling this too.
I need you to stop what you're doing and go read A Letter to America. It is literally the craziest thing I've read in a while. And while I can't say that I'm that surprised, I am pretty shocked. So go read it and tell me what you think, because I really also need to talk to other people about this. And actually, before you even read the letter, I did want to mention, in reading the letter, I could only think of this tweet that I saw the other day. Under settler colonialism, any kind of resistance is branded as terrorist because the only acceptable violence is violence by the occupier.
Okay, we never occupied Saudi Arabia. We never occupied Sudan, where he also lived. We never occupied Afghanistan, where he also functioned as a mass murdering terrorist. What are these freaking kids talking about? I need to know. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.